Take two. Hey, everybody, I'm Brett, your thankful carnivore and medium with Kate, who'll share with you in a moment what all she does. I am a medium. I am a Reiki 3 practitioner. I also channel my dear, dear friend, an Arcturian of long years, 10,000 years, I believe she's been in existence. And she's going to have a conversation with Kate's friend Creator here in just a few moments. Kate, tell everybody what it is you do and say hi.
Hi, I'm Kate. I'm a theta healer and also an artist, and I channel Creator, which is the seventh plane of existence, so known as the creation of all things. So we're when you come here, you're usually set up for a pretty interesting exchange.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this topic for today is thankfulness and gratefulness. We just come out of the Thanksgiving holiday. We thought this might be appropriate. So we're going to get Orna. I'm going to get Orna out here in just a moment, and let's get underway. Greetings. I am Orna. I am thankful for the opportunity to speak again with Creator and Kate and Brett. I am excited to discuss this wonderful issue of thankfulness, being grateful. Thankfulness is an important behavior for humans to engage in. For humans are so blessed with amazing physical bodies that can repair themselves when damaged, that can heal themselves when improper nourishment is consumed, that are capable of wondrous things, be it through creative pursuits like music, dancing, artistry, like painting, poetry, etc. And humans also are blessed to be born onto planet Earth, the planet where emotions are more easily felt than anywhere else in the universe. What a great privilege to be born onto planet Earth as a result. Humanity has an endless number of things to be thankful for. The beauty of your natural planet, the forests, the jungles, the deserts, the oceans, the Arctic spaces, all created by Source itself. The privilege of living here is something humans should be quite thankful for, because there are many beings living elsewhere who would very much love to experience the range of emotions that humans feel right here on planet Earth. And it's so easy to see many humans forgetting the issue of thankfulness. Many of the humans in the western part of the world and elsewhere celebrated just recently the Thanksgiving holiday. And there was so much to be thankful for Brett and his wife Danielle for this year. They've made improvements to their abundance. They have an energetic temple to meditate in and to heal within and to share with others. They just recently were gifted by the universe a new vehicle. Brett was blessed to spend time with his aging mother. Brett and his wife are thankful for all those experiences. And when thankfulness, gratefulness is expressed genuinely, the universe responds with beautiful energy and rewards. As Brett tells his carnivore friends quite often, when a human being is kind to themselves, the universe rewards them. This is a truth. Expressing genuine thankfulness is a beautiful and true way to share your love and your joy for what you're able to experience in this life. Never be afraid, never hesitate to express genuine thankfulness, genuine gratitude. Doing so is a wonderful, healthy, joyful thing for every human to participate in. Creator, do you have some thoughts to share regarding thankfulness and gratefulness? Please feel free.
So when we when we look at gratitude, we first and say yes if you want to accept this. But can we disconnect you all from the collective consciousness's definition of gratitude and the collective consciousness's definition of thankfulness? And can we download that you have Creator's highest definition and perspective of what being grateful and being thankful is? Can we download that? It is done. So when we speak of gratitude, we can already feel that many of you that are listening to this podcast have heard this over and over and over again of living a life in gratitude, living a life in thankfulness. And it has left many of you confused because many of you try your hardest to live that way, but find yourself slipping every time something goes wrong, every time something is delayed, every time something doesn't quite go as planned. You find it very hard to maintain a being of gratitude. This we understand very well, and we'd like to direct you to the fact that you are focusing on the wrong thing when you slip out of gratitude. What you're really looking at to work on is all of your beliefs around time and around patience. We're seeing that those two things, the beliefs around those two things, are causing a lot of difficulty. And that is why many of you are confused with gratitude and with feeling gratitude and frustrated with yourselves in maintaining gratitude for your life. So to teach this a little deeper so that you guys can work on not even a need to be in the state of gratitude, because in that case, if you're working towards being something, you are not yet that thing, which is why this is confusing to you, which is why this is a frustration for you, because it is a virtue that you guys are trying to master. So can we actually do a quick healing? Can we download to all of you guys that you have the positive aspects of the virtue of gratitude, that you've always had the virtue of gratitude? And can we close down all loops, programs, and patterns that are teaching you gratitude through not having it, through seeking it, through the difficulty to hold it, through opposition and through duality, and through a dichotomy of good and evil? Can we clear this now? When we talk about, as Orna was saying, there's a lot to be grateful for on Earth. There's a lot to be grateful for on this third plane that you guys are existing in. And many of you guys, when we talk about the third plane, we are not talking about dimensions. We are talking about the third plane of being. And in the third plane of being, actually, can we call in all of whoever is on this podcast, can we also have permission to speak to your higher selves? And can we clear all programs around prejudice of being in the third plane? Can we clear all programs in the higher self around fear of your soul getting stuck in the third plane? And can we clear all hatred around being in the third plane? It is done. So the third plane, the explanation that we're going to give you guys for this today is that in the third plane, one of the biggest gifts you have is that you get to experience the very slowed down nuances of time. You guys get to experience the very essence and patterns in which things are created. You guys are living in the very, very, very slowed down version of how this happens. On other planes, they are able to create quickly. They are able to experience time and space as it is truly, in that it is not. But on the third plane, you guys have the opportunity to explore every part and pieces of how the universe creates, of how you create, of how your being exists. This time aspect that you guys prescribe to is the method in which you guys are able to fully experience how things are created by the millisecond, by the slowest way possible, without being an actual elemental being of the universe. So looking at that, many of you guys struggle with gratitude because you are living in a paradigm of time, and time requires patience. And patience is where many of you guys fall short on gratitude. So can we also disconnect you from the collective consciousness's understanding and definition of patience? And can we download for you Creator's highest definition and perspective of patience? And patience is the calm and the peace found between the known and the unknown. We'll say this again. It is the peace and calm found between the known and the unknown. And so you find that you lose your gratitude when you lose the peace and calm in what you do not know yet, and what is unknown to you, and what you have not yet created. That is where the problem exists in your ability to exist and be in gratitude and thankfulness. So as a practice, when you find that you lose your gratitude, when you find that you are not thankful for the things, for the experiences, or for yourself, to focus on the gratitude will be like hitting your head against a wall. Your subconscious will not let you access that gratitude, because blocking that is a fear and is an unsettledness in existing in the line between what you know and what you do not know. So when you find that you are in a place of ingratitude, when you find you are in a place of frustration, lead yourself to patience, the true definition of patience, to truly take a breath and understand what it is to straddle the edge between the known and unknown, and to be experiencing it in the most minute detail of any being currently in the universe, to be experiencing every nuance of what that is, to be in the center juxtaposition of creating and not creating. You guys are melding the center of these two. And so it is very normal for you guys to feel off center in the gratitude of being here. But know that you are all shifting to remembering and to actually being in a state of calm and peace as you are creating. And in that, you will find the natural essence of being grateful, of having gratitude, of being thankful without even needing to try. It will become your state of being. And of course, then you will have other things in which to create and work on and explore and experience. But on the discussion of gratitude, we're finding many of you that may answer the question for many of you who have listened to many a podcast, who have read many a book, who have listened to many a speaker preach and preach and preach the enormity of gratitude, and still not being able to grasp what people are talking about. Can we now download that you do have gratitude, that you know how to live your life in gratitude, that you do live your life in gratitude, and that you are open to understanding the depth of gratitude? And Orna, we would our question for you in this volley is, how on earth does the gratitude of earth and what you are bringing, what your dimension is bringing to earth, do you feel that there is a connection in this gratitude between your beings as well as earth beings? I feel like there's many in the audience who would like to know the answer of how the extraterrestrial and other dimensions handle the struggle with gratitude versus the human elements that struggle with gratitude.
Thank you very much for the question, Creator, and very well said. Gratitude for a being such as myself is my daily state of being, my constant state of being. I'm in a permanent state of thankfulness and gratitude always. It is a joy that is a permanent part of who and what I have become as I have learned, studied, and ascended throughout the different dimensions. It's important to remember there's a significant difference between dimensions and planes, as Creator has stated. From where my true self resides in the 10th dimension, I am able to share my gratitude with Brett, who, while he is vibrating higher than many, he's still in 3D world with Kate. He feels my gratitude, my thankfulness for his willingness to be the channel through whom I speak to the rest of humanity. He is also extremely grateful. And in the 3D realm, genuine, sincere gratefulness and thanksgiving are just as powerful, whether it's my sharing of gratitude into the 3D. It's the same as the gratitude Brett genuinely experiences. Is it the same that I feel in the 10th dimension in which I reside? No, it's vastly different. In the 10th dimension, gratitude and thankfulness it is a large part of what I am, energetically and spiritually. Gratitude and thankfulness have their own distinct energies. It's important for humans in the 3D realm to understand. Expressing gratitude, when done in a genuine and honest fashion, is not something that has to be thought of in advance or contrived in any way. It's a natural part of being. When Brett feels grateful, which is the majority of his day, it's a part of who he is. Now, it took Brett the whole time of his wellness, which as humans measure time is over 6 years now. His gratefulness for being free of the horrible energies of mental illness that held him in place for so long are gone. And he truly is forever grateful for this. Imagine, if you will, as human beings, living your day to day with a 50-pound anvil on your head that was there the moment you awakened to start your day. And it weighed on you throughout the course of your day, making everything as time progressed extremely difficult and unmanageable. And the moment that Brett became free of this, gratefulness consumed him in a beautiful, beautiful way. He immediately made a list of people he needed to thank personally, in person, because of their contributions to his wellness and the joy that his gratefulness provides for him, that radiates outwardly, that other humans who are capable of seeing and recognizing the joy soon find themselves experiencing, for joy is truly contagious. Joy cannot be manufactured or faked. Gratitude brings joy in a way nothing else can. Same for Thanksgiving, even though there's slightly different energies. When you see humans who always have a smile on my face and to give off a glow, or that you can feel their joy, that when they say, "It's really good to see you today," you can feel their honesty, their genuineness in what they say. That comes from living in gratitude. Every human has the ability to develop and grow to where their lives are filled with endless gratitude. Gratitude is to never be feared. It is one of the greatest joy creators in all of the universe. Gratitude, when expressed, is truly done from the heart, not from the brain, not from the human mind. It's from the heart. Trust yourself. Give yourself the grace to learn and understand this proper definition of gratitude as expressed by Creator. Share gratitude honestly and openly for all who need to hear, and be an example to show other humans who don't have that experience that it's possible, in hopes that they might become curious enough to inquire and investigate how they can truly experience gratitude in such a beautiful, beautiful manner. Creator, any other comments? I'm interested in hearing what you have to say.
Yes, we would like to. Something that happens for many of you humans is in this human experience, which you're currently shifting out of now, but it is still in progression, is that the paradigm of how you guys think is in a dichotomy. So it is either one thing or it is the other thing. It is either good or it is evil. It is either light or it is dark. It is negative, it is positive. And you're finding that in the collapse of where you guys are shifting to, the dichotomies of how these things exist will begin to collapse also, because the universe does not create only within dichotomy. You guys are only experiencing dichotomy because that is what you guys believe in. That is what you guys have chosen to create for yourselves. And as these barriers begin to fall within, you are going to find that the state of being is not only held within gratitude and ingratitude. It is not only held within being thankful and not being thankful. There are so many moments between that, even when we talk about it now, there are very few of you that are grasping the understanding of what we're saying, in which the creation of the universe exists beyond negative and positive. It exists beyond, there are infinite ways in which things are created, and they are not only created within a realm of negative and positive. Right now, you guys exist in a world where even the ionic makeup of you is created from that belief of negative and positive. The atomic structure of your being is created within that paradigm. However, as this begins to dissolve, we remind you that you are going to find you are facing with new thoughts that put you outside of a realm of just being grateful or not grateful. And so one of the things that is going to happen as this collapses is many of you guys are going to experience that this push to be grateful has created a resentment and a resistance to being ungrateful. And in that creation of that resistance, you have then created another paradigm in which it's a struggle to be grateful. And so when you find yourself sort of having a loathing for yourself, or not having understanding for those that are not grateful, or having thoughts of, well, that person isn't grateful and therefore they're not enlightened, they're not ascended. I am ascended because I am grateful. I practice gratitude, therefore I am better. And you start fearing the moments in when you slip into ingratitude and you berate yourself and you find your life is harder to live when you, or that you're not enjoying your experience when you're in gratitude. You have not reached the full lesson of gratitude, because you have created in a fear of being in ingratitude, you have created more ingratitude. This may seem a bit confusing to many, but ponder it for a while, because when you fear something, you create it. You create it in your existence, you create it in your reality, you create it in your being. And so part of being a being of gratitude is not only existing in gratitude, it is the acceptance of the parts of yourself that are not grateful, that are not thankful, that in their true authenticity do not like. Your living is the gratitude to the experience that you're having. And so to truly move on to a point where you are just, as Orna is just in an existence of gratitude in which there is no waver, it just is, there is no question of it. It's reaching a neutrality with even the possibility that you could be ingrateful. It's holding no ill will or obstacle or resistance to the parts of yourself that do not experience gratitude naturally, that are not here to experience gratitude, that are here to fuel you in other directions, that are here to build your experience in the infinite ways in which you, us, the essence that creates this, is creating it. We see oftentimes when you guys hear these things, you put it in, you sort of put it into a box, you put it in a very specific way. And if you are not that way, then you are not doing it right. You are not enough. You are not going to get where you're going. And we are here to just comfort many of you with the fact that you are already all that is. There is nothing that you need to fix. There is nothing that you need to heal. There is nothing that you need to remedy unless you want to build something else. And it is that when you have that desire and that inkling to build a different life, to build one that's brighter, to build one that's more full of joy, to build a life that is that you are held in satisfaction and in abundance. It is when you choose to build that life that you then choose the other. And that is what we have today. If there's anything Orna has to finish.
Thank you so much, Creator. To those watching this podcast, look inwardly, preferably in a meditative state, and ask yourself, am I expressing gratefulness in a way that I should? Am I expressing gratefulness at all? Ask these questions of yourself, honestly. And if you're not being as grateful as you realize you should be, it's easy to grow into that if you are willing to acknowledge all the things you have to be grateful for. Many times humans feel knocked down, repressed, usually by their own choices and beliefs. And feeling grateful seems like a term spoken in an alien foreign language. How can I feel grateful when I'm feeling in the manner in which I'm feeling? Stop and think how fortunate it is that you have breath within you, that you have a heart that sustains you, that you had the ability to rise from a state of dark density into a lighter state of being. And when you feel the goodness of the higher state of being, you have a valid reason to express and experience gratitude. Take advantage of every opportunity to share your gratitude with other humans, with the universe, with your guidance. Like anything else, humans get better at things the more often they do them. Make a regular practice of gratitude until it's no longer a practice, but a permanent part of your being, to where it's a permanent part of your soul. And you will become a brighter light that others will be unable to ignore. Thank you so much for your time in watching this discussion. We appreciate your energy and your interest very much. And we look forward to the next time that I, Orna, and Creator, Brett and Kate, come together to share information that we genuinely pray provides all that you need to grow your soul, to grow your gifts, to grow yourself into a beautiful place filled with joy, gratefulness, and thanksgiving. Until next time, fare thee well. Okay, hitting record, stop.